Well, with one Louisiana Supreme Court ruling today, the state got hundreds of new lawyers. The court waived the bar exam for 2020 graduates following the lead of several other states. Devin Bartolotta tells us how this not only affects students, but the legal system.
The last time the bar exam was waived was during the Korean War. But still, this ruling is so controversial, the New Orleans Bar Association is not taking an official stance, saying there's no good or right answer. It's just what had to happen. Wynton Yates was just weeks away from his next chapter.
It's been beyond a roller coaster.
He graduated from Loyola Law School, studied for months for the bar exam, and 2 weeks before test day, it was canceled with no plan B.
They made such a drastic decision at the last minute.
But Wednesday, a victory. The Louisiana Supreme Court waived the 21-hour exam for 2020 graduates and will allow them to practice with a diploma. Madeline Landrew, Dean of Loyola University College of Law, is relieved.
When the court canceled the exam, some students got calls from bosses that said, "We can't hire you. We were hiring you as a lawyer."
The ruling means 2020 graduates considered qualified candidates will never take the exam. They'll have to complete extra hours of continuing law education and a transition into practice mentorship by next December.
But in this environment, at this time, this was not going to test their minimum competence. It was going to test something else, like economic security. It was going to test fortitude. It was going to test good luck.
The decision does have attorneys arguing. About a quarter of takers will fail the Louisiana bar exam anytime it's administered, although eventually most pass.
Most lawyers seem fairly opposed to it, essentially saying, I went through this miserable process, everyone else should.
Law professor Dane Cialino says, though, the bar isn't the only metric of a good attorney.
Lawyers become good lawyers and competent lawyers by experience and by working with more senior lawyers.
And they've already proven they can rise to a challenge.
We've now shown you that we've got the drive to persevere through a pandemic, a racial civil rights uprising in the country, loss of job.
In New Orleans, Devin Bartolotta, Eyewitness News.